Hello everyone. Welcome back to the another episode of Thoughtful Leaders and Initiative Under Thoughts on Education by collegedunia.com. College Dunia is one of the India's leading education portals, catering to students, parents, and education industry players who are seeking information on exams, cut-off, student reviews, and applying colleges. Like Thoughts on Education is an initiative to enrich the user experience at collegedunia.com and try to bridge the long view gap between the vision of the top management and the students and parents. Today, we have with us Mr. Sagar Shah, the Director of the Business Development and founder of Lema School of Art. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I would like to begin by enlightening our audience with a brief introduction of yours. So, Mr. Sagar Shah has done double masters in marketing and finance from DIP University, Australia. Also, he has 4 years of experience in retail and franchising and business operations of Australia's leading telecom company, that is Free Mobile. He has also 2 years of experience in Australia's top media company, that is Foxtel, as a senior business development manager. Currently, he is working with the Lema School of Art since 2012 as a director of business development. And he is also a sport enthusiast and passionate landscape photographer. So once again, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. Thank you for hosting this.
So let's beginning with the interview, sir. My first question to you is, like being the director of the Lema School of Art, what is your philosophy of leadership? Like, how would you describe your leadership style?
Right. I'll just like to go a little in the background first before I actually talk about leadership. It's actually connected to leadership itself, because over my experience especially because I'm also a sports enthusiast. It's a teamwork where we've been mentored and coached by our coaches, and there's a team captain. So we've kind of experienced leadership in different scenarios at different levels, and also along with my experience not just in India but working overseas with multinational companies, and being exposed to so many different at so many different levels at a different scale. I worked with many different leaders, managers, and that's kind of given me a completely different experience. And through those experiences, there are a lot of these qualities which I've learned, and I practice those as my position here in Lamac, being the director of the company, heading all the operations. So to me, leadership there's no particular style to leadership that I have to practice. It entirely depends on what sort of a situation we have at hand, what sort of a project we are working on, and at what stage of the business that we are running at the moment. But what I really believe is, there is a very fine line between leading and managing. So, and at my position here, I have to do both, depending on with whom I'm working and what project I'm working. So, I have to be with my peers. But majorly, even if I'm a leader or I'm a manager, one elements that are very important to me is, being able to motivate my team, being able to motivate people, to whether it's students or whether it is my team members. That is one of the very important things that I practice as a leader. I try to be engage myself very socially with them, so that they have complete confidence and a very openness to approaching me. Even if they have any ideas or suggestions, or even if they need to seek some sort of a support from the top management to achieve something or to perform better. So we kind of make ourselves available. But at the same time, yes, we have to play a role of a manager where, we have to just manage things and get the job done. That is also important. So leadership to me is basically, there are many different types of leadership, and theoretically also, there are many different definitions to leaderships, but it's very personal when it comes to the situation you are in, or, the task given at hand. So there are different types and different styles I have to adapt to. I have to be a visionary leader sometimes. I have to be working very close to my peers, and coming down to the grassroots level also. And even if it is a housekeeping, with all dignity, I try and understand his challenges, because what I believe is every person in the organization regardless of the hierarchy or the title or the job position they are holding, contributes to the success of the company. So every person, every single individual is important to me. And being a leader, leaders in them. So I want to have an organization. We want leaders in the company, and that's one of the main thing that I'm looking at, developing leaders in my company.
That is so nice, sir. Moving ahead to the next question. Being the director of the Lema School of Art, how do you strategize about the key programs and plans of the marketing and administration of your school?
Right. So, well, to begin with, when we started back in 2002, the whole business was started more of, a passion-driven, a love for the art and culture of the country, to be very honest, more than globally. And that's where we started, because we were so passionate about this. And, our organization is more of a value-based organization than just an education institute or to be seen as a business entity. So what we look at is, we are very closely linked with the Indian art and culture and the future of the country, where it's shaping. So we like to think ahead of time and strategize in a way that what is it that the country needs, what is it that the industry needs, what is it that the student would need, and the market needs while we are developing any of our courses. So there are two aspects to our business. One is the product, which is our courses, and the other is the packaging, which is the whole marketing and the strategy and all those sort of things. Our core focus has always been majorly on the product, because we, being a private institute, we've survived the test of time and have been received a lot of appreciation from the people from the industry, because we engage the industry in developing our courses, because there's always been a gap between academics and what exactly the industry needs. A student steps out with a certificate, but then again he's lost. So our focus has always been on closing that gap completely and preparing our products in a way that are industry ready, that makes the students industry ready. And as far as the marketing is concerned, that's a very is one of the fastest moving and evolving space, where we are living in a digital age. So it's very important for us to keep up to date with where our audience is, what sort of communication our audience understands. So we try to be there the way they understand, and which very beautifully explains about us and about our brand. So we really focus a lot on around that.
Moving to the next question, sir. What do you see as Institute's greatest strength?
Sorry, your voice is breaking. Can you please come again?
Okay. So, sir, moving to the next question, sir. What do you see as Institute's greatest strength? Am I audible, sir?
What do I see as Institute's greatest strength?
Yeah.
Yes. Sure. Yeah. So our institute's greatest strength is, is our product itself, because which is our courses. I should not be calling it as a product. Our courses mainly, because that's what it is. So our courses, our curriculum is the biggest strength of our institute, because we constantly keep upgrading our courses curriculum, and we have tied up with a lot of international bodies, companies, accreditation, and educational institutes to keep up with the international standards. We encourage our students to think global, to work global. So our curriculum is one of the biggest strengths of the institute, because we constantly evolve it, and we map it always with the international standards. So that is one of the key things that we always focus on, regardless of what marketing is going on or what the competitors are doing. We do not take our focus away from our core expertise, which is our courses, our curriculum, because that is what we are here for. That is what will take our students out there in the industry and be able to be successful. So our complete focus has always been on the curriculum. We do not compromise on the quality of our education.
So now moving to the next question, sir. What are some of the biggest challenges you see like for both for the higher education in general and for your institute specifically?
Sure. To be honest, there are a couple of obviously there's always challenges, but then when there are challenges, there are great opportunities also. That's what I've learned, I've practiced, and we've successfully been able to do that. So mainly in the Indian context, I would say I would like to actually speak about two major challenges today. One is a challenge which has been with us since a very long time, is the mindset of the parents. So because at Lamarck we have students coming not only from Mumbai, we have students coming from all different parts of India, and we also have international students coming to learn the Indian art and skill because we specialize in that. So one of the challenges that we have is it is still considered as a vocational subject, and it is also considered, the mindset of the parents or even the students to an extent is that they need to have a qualification, or they need to have a degree, a certificate, which is why, their focus is, it's kind of a rat race, where parents you complete your BCom or your engineering or your medical or whatever it is. That's one of the biggest challenges, because today, if you see, every art or skill or even if it is an academic has become an industry in itself. Even if you want to become a sports person today, parents do understand how much a sports person is earning, how much a singer is earning, or how much a dancer is earning. We've got reality shows, we've got so many platforms, there is so much of exposure given. So why not specialize and build a career? Why not do that? I do, but it's just the mindset that is one of the biggest challenge. Parents would, even though a child, not every child is academically good, but at the same time, he's really good with some of the skill or some of the art form. But then there is a whole protective thought that has been given by the parents and by the families or the groups surrounding them that, why don't you first complete your education? How do you define education? I want to be a photographer. I may just complete my 12th and become one of the best photographers in the country and would earn a lot more than even a cardiologist or probably a IT guy would be earning. But at the end of the day, it's not only about money. I'll also be doing what I love doing, and I'll be famous, and a lot of other perks if I be successful. So that focus has to be there. Whatever you do, you just try to be the best at it. That's missing in India. One. Secondly, because we are in this digital age and with the pandemic coming and the sudden rise in the online learning and the online education, there's a huge difference. There's a lot of misleading and it's become a market space. We also offer online courses, but if you see our online courses also, they are blended and they are with an immersive learning. So a lot of students, go online and they would find a course which is really cheap. Most of these online courses are just to retouch your particular subject or probably just upskill one or two areas. But that's not a complete curriculum. You're not doing a 3-year online course. You cannot just do a 1 month or a short course or just finish some online course in a couple of weeks, like a workshop, and say that, okay, now I'm a fashion designer, I'm a photographer. That doesn't work. So that is one, where a lot of students, and why I'm saying this is, I believe in that, and at the same time, we've experienced this because we have a lot of students coming to us. Sir, I've spent 2 years trying to study photography online, and there are thousands of, I've watched thousands of tutorials, and I just tell them one thing: if you just want to be a photographer, do not come to this institute. You can find tons and thousands of free videos on YouTube, and you can do that. But if you want to become an artist, and if you want to be successful and create your own style as a photographer, then you have to come to us, because it's going to be different. So this whole culture of online education, we are missing out a lot on that. End of the day, we are social animals. Okay, we have to understand, we have to meet, and we have to learn from the tutor in the physical environment or in one of the best places. So even if you're studying online, you have to be disciplined. But in most of the cases, in an online education, the discipline is missing. The way even the online courses are marketed is study at your own time, at your own pace. Where is the discipline? It's just something to fill a gap, but that's not going to really help you build your career. So even if you're looking at doing an online course, do a course that is, disciplined, is actually going to push you to complete the course, and it is very intensive and a comprehensive course. So these are the two major challenges that I see in the Indian context.
Nicely answered, sir. Like moving on to the next question. What do you think your institute's top priority for the next 10 years?
Well, our institute's top priority will be the same that was since we began in 2002, which is always upgrading, always innovating, and always adapting to what not just the industry needs today, but what it's going to be tomorrow. As I mentioned earlier, we like to think ahead of time. We would and push. We're not scared to push our boundaries or limits or to be in a space where it's an unknown space. But we try to do that because we know from there that's where the innovation is going to come, and our focus is always going to be improving the quality of education, collaborating with different people and organizations, not just in India but across the globe. Since we started as a private institute and today we are an institute that's globally recognized, we have affiliations and partnerships in more than 30 countries today. So that's something, and we will continue to do that. So, and even in the next 10 years, our core focus is going to be on collaborating with industry leaders and the industry and improving, the quality of our education.
Yeah. Now moving to the next question, sir. Any insights into how your institute could be more welcoming to the students from the different economic backgrounds?
Yeah, so we do have a lot of diversity in the pool of students that we have. We have students coming from different economic backgrounds. We also have students coming from different states and even different countries. So to begin with, life at Lamarck is a very, very social. We are a family, and we love having students here, and students love being here. So we have a special student welfare committee and a student welfare group where every student's welcome is made. We make them feel like home, even if you're coming from Orissa or you're coming from down south or you're coming from the north or any part of the country or even internationally. There are a lot of such events and activities which we conduct, and we encourage students to interact and network with each other and support each other, motivate each other, and which the management does throughout the course, and that really makes the student feel welcoming and makes them feel at home. So that's one of the key things that we do, and we keep encouraging them through different activities and even our social events that we conduct at the center. We encourage students to learn from cross-cultural and from the different mindsets of different students. So we help students networking a lot.
Yeah. So moving on to the next question. What would you like people to know about your institute that they may not know?
Yes. So, to begin with, Lamarck School of Art is a place where we nurture talent. We are a place for creativity. So if you're creative, we are your hub. We are your hub, and we think creatively, we act creatively, and we push students to be creative in each and every single thing that you do. So when you come at Lamarck, okay, don't just think of you come here to do a course, because we believe in a 360-degree development of a student. So we create an environment and engage you in so many different activities which are directly and indirectly related to your course, but it will, end of the day, help you become grow as a person, as a skill as well that you've come here to learn. But apart from that, a lot of other skills that you would learn being involved in different activities. We make you participate and perform in different cultural events that we conduct. We conduct talent. Students, management, faculties, everyone participates, and they'll probably be singing or mimicking, or they'll present a skit or a play or do a stand-up comedy. That's not related to your course. You came here to study fashion, to photography, to interior design, makeup artistry, but getting involved in these things is very important. it lets it changes your mindset. It helps you build your communication skills. It helps you network with people. It helps you express yourself, the other side of you also, and come even more closer to people. We engage you in cross academic activities also. Collaborative workshops have been done. So, a photography student would collaborate with a fashion design student to do a fashion shoot. Because end of the day, you also need to learn while you're studying how to work in a team, how to work with people with different backgrounds. Because tomorrow, if you step out in the industry, you're not just going to be working with one people. You'll be working with all sorts of different people and different at different level and different types of people. So these collaborative projects is what really helps you. And it's end of the day in a very enjoying way. We believe in enjoying in what you're doing and love what you do. So we create that sort of an environment and a space, and that is what we're really known at. So life at Lamag is so vibrant, so dynamic that students love being here. Just to give you an example, we have our annual fashion show every year, which is one of India's top models carry the showcase the students' work on the ramp. Students stay at the institute for 4 days. They don't go home. They are spending the entire night. And it's not just students; it's also our faculties and our other supporting management staff, administrative staff. Because it feels like home. It feels like we have to achieve. It's like a movie said. When you're doing it, we don't look at the watch. So one thing that I want to tell you is when you're at Lamag, you will forget looking at time. You will lose track of time. And when you do that, that is when you're enjoying, and that is when you're really living your life and really learning something and enjoying what you're learning. So that's who we are, that's how we are, and that's what we do here at Lamag.
Yeah. This information will be very helpful to the students, which will definitely going to approach to your institute in some years over, I can say. So now let me ask you, sir, the last question for the day. Any suggestions you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
Well, to be very honest, I am learning a lot from the current youth, and I honestly wish, even we were exposed to so many things back when we were in our early 20s, or probably even, just about to turn 21. Today's youth is actually very intelligent, I would say. They are not afraid of asking questions. They are not afraid of finding the reasons or the logic, which I really appreciate, and that's what I learn from them. At the same time, what I would really want to tell the students is, you have to follow your passion, you have to follow your dream, and do not be afraid of taking it to the next level. You have to be confident enough, and if you're not, be in the space of those like-minded people. Do not just be surrounded by your family or by your relatives or your friends who have those limited thoughts about your expertise. They don't know your expertise you want to be. So surround yourself with those kind of people, and do not be afraid to challenge yourself. There is an opportunity, there is a career in everything that you can even think of. So be bold and just step out there and be there. What is important? Hard work, being persistent, being focused. These are all given. No matter what you do, even if you're doing academics, that's a given. But even if you want to follow something, you want to make career in the art industry or a design industry, there is a career, but you have to just follow and do it right. Yeah. So this is what I would. So you have to, and you're smart enough to convince your family and parents. But the real satisfaction is when you will actually convince them with your success story. When you become a successful, parents love you, they will support you. When I meet parents, when they come here at the counseling, and if I'm in the center and I will not let a student take an admission, because if the parent wants the student to take an admission, I would only let a student take an admission if a student wants to take an admission. I would not allow a parent to force a student. I would only want the parents to support. And parents do support you. It's just that you have to reward them with your success story, and which you guys have been doing, and that's what inspires us. So I learned that from you guys, and this is what I would actually want to teach you here at Lamag.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And this was certainly an insightful session.
Yeah. Great. Thank you so much. It is a pleasure to be here and be a part of such sessions. I'm always been invited and called for such sessions, so it's always good to be interacting with students and trying to understand what they are thinking of their need is and what exactly the need is. And I really appreciate your time, and special thanks also to College Dunya for arranging such a session. And I'm sure this will be watched by many people, and hopefully it will also help them take the right informed decision. And for any suggestions or help, you always need them. We are always welcome. We love talking to students. We love meeting you. So we look forward to interacting with you also. And thank you once again, College Dunya, for having me on your show and hosting this wonderful event.
Yeah. So, sir, just give me a minute. I will just end this session for our audience.
Sure.
So, everyone, this was Mr. Sagar Shah, sir, Director and Founder of Lehman School of Art, on the episode of Thoughtful Leader, an initiative under Thoughts on Education by collegedunya.com. So, thank you so much, sir, for giving us your time, speaking to us amidst your busy schedule. We look forward to interact with you again, sir. Thank you.
Always my pleasure, and I look forward to.